Hey guys, how you doing? Okay, so I've been tagged by my good friend Bluetonic78. Been a friend of Bluetonic for quite a while, and we're always chatting back and forth. Really nice YouTuber, and just a nice bloke. So please check out his channel, guys, if you haven't already. There'll be a link in the underbar as usual, and you definitely won't be disappointed. Quality channel, and really interesting tag this one. So I'm looking forward to answering these questions. First question is, what are your favourite games from the past 3 generations? Choose one game from each generation. So I'm going to take that as being the 128-bit generation, the 32/64 because they were the same gen, and the 16-bit generation. 16-bit generation to start off has to be without a doubt Street Fighter 2. For me, that just defines what 16-bit era was all about. It's hard to explain to anybody who wasn't around at that time why that game is so iconic and how much of an impact it actually made on the gaming scene at the time. This was like the first time I'd ever seen a game that was that close to an arcade game. The port was just unreal, because generally back in the day I was playing on 8-bit and 16-bit computers, and Street Fighter 2 was put on the Amiga and it looked bloody awful. It didn't have the scrolling backgrounds, the graphics were average, the gameplay was average. It was just really bad. And when I saw the Super Nintendo version, I mean, it was just so superior and just phenomenal. I mean, yes, it's on the Mega Drive as well, and it's a great game. Super Nintendo is better in my opinion, but the Mega Drive still does a great job. So yeah, it definitely defines for me what 16-bit gaming was all about. 32-bit and 64-bit are the same generation, so I'm going to do one for each. The 32-bit, well, mostly for me it was PlayStation 1. I think for most people it was PlayStation 1. Machines like the 3DO were just, you weren't going to get one because the prices were just ridiculously high at the time. So yeah, for PS1, the one game that always sticks in my mind has to be the original Medal of Honor. That game is just fantastic. I love the gameplay, but most of all, I love the use of audio for the atmosphere. The atmosphere is just brilliant. Like when the first level, when you're creeping through the woods, and you can hear the dogs barking and the Nazis talking to each other and walking around, you can hear all these like nighttime sound effects, and it's just absolutely brilliant the way they did it. It's such a good game, and it really made an impact at the time when I got it, and I was really impressed. It's still possibly the best Medal of Honor they've made, I reckon. Yeah, I would say it is, and second best would be Airborne, but it's really good. 64-bit generation, because really you've only got the N64 and the Jaguar, so you're not talking about 2 amazing consoles. You're talking about one good console and one console that divides opinion, which I personally like it. It's got a lot of crap games on the Jaguar, but I still like it. So I'd probably pick, it's going to be a cliche, but I'm going to pick GoldenEye. It defined what multiplayer gaming is all about. It's got a fantastic single player campaign, and it's withheld its quality over time. I mean, even to this day, it still looks decent. I mean, obviously the graphics look outdated. I mean, the polygons and stuff, the faces look a bit weird. But I still think it looks really nice graphically, and I think the actual game still holds up well, and the gameplay is still pretty solid. So yeah, I'll pick GoldenEye. As for the 128-bit generation, which is Dreamcast, GameCube, Xbox, PS2, there's 2 games really. I can't pick one because there's 2 games for me that really stand out that blew my mind. One was on the PS2, and it became multi-platform eventually, but originally it came out on the PS2, and that was Grand Theft Auto 3. When I got that game after buying a PS2 at launch, I can't remember how long after it came out, but I just remember sitting down and playing Grand Theft Auto 3. It was the first time I played a 3D Grand Theft Auto, because I've been playing the old top-down ones on the PS1 before. And it was just fantastic, the sense of atmosphere and the rain. I mean, it's a simple thing there, because all games have weather effects, but when I saw the rain on the GTA 3, it was just unbelievable. And the characters, the story, the whole world was just alive, and it was huge, and it was just drew you in, and it's just an absolutely brilliant game, followed by 2 fantastic sequels. And the other game is going to have to be, and I think it was Bluetonic78 picked this one as well, and I think actually Bluetonic might have picked it as well. It's obviously going to be Halo Combat Evolved. The original Halo for me was just an absolutely stunning game. And when you had GoldenEye, the 64-bit, 32-bit generation, which was the game that defined first-person shooters on a console, and made us aware that it can actually be done properly. And then you had Halo, which took it to the other level, and you had like this really involving, engrossing storyline, expansive world to explore, fantastic enemies. Your buddies were with you to bit of light-hearted entertainment with the banter between them. You had Cortana, you know, Master Chief. I mean, the game is really well thought out. For a launch title, it was just unbelievable. I mean, it pretty much put the stamp on the gaming world to say like Microsoft have landed and they've done it right. Because, you know, at the time I don't think a lot of people thought Microsoft were going to be able to make a games console and make it work. I mean, I know people say, oh, it's just a PC in a box. Well, yeah, it is, but who cares really? It is a great system, and it, you know, if it hadn't got the software right, the console would have died. And I personally think launch day they got it right. You know, I mean, Halo, Dead or Alive 3, Rally Sport Challenge. You know, what a great launch titles. You know, I mean, it's just brilliant. I love the Xbox. So question number 2. What is your favourite controller of all time? Now, I think pretty much anyone who's been watching my channel will know this, and it's obviously going to be the Super Nintendo controller. Personally, I just absolutely love this controller. Always have done. It's just the perfect shape, fits really nice in the hand. You know, automatically your fingers go to the shoulder buttons, your thumbs are there, the button, your thumb with the D-pad. You've got access to the start and select. It's simple but very effective, very durable as well. They last really long. I've never had one break yet. But it's just a brilliantly designed controller. And you know, I mean, obviously after that, all the controllers after that have been modelled around the same kind of design with shoulder buttons and tweaks with triggers from Dreamcast onwards, you know, that kind of thing. But I absolutely love the Super Nintendo controller, without a doubt. If I was to pick a second favourite, it would probably be the DualShock PlayStation. I really like that controller. There was a stage where I preferred the Xbox, but then when I got my PS3, I started playing with the DualShock 3 on that and the 6-axis. It's just a fantastic controller. It just feels so right, and the analogues feel right, and everything's really good about it, and it's really well built. Question number 3, the final question: if you could see one game remade from the past 3 generations, what would it be and why? Now that is a really tough question. When you're talking about, you know, games from consoles like Xbox, PS2, GameCube, Dreamcast, N64, PlayStation 1. Atari Jaguar 3DO, you know, Mega Drive, Super Nintendo. I mean, of course I'm probably forgetting a couple there, but there's a lot of systems and a lot of games. So what I'm going to do, I'm thinking, if I had to pick one game, it would probably be the Super Star Wars franchise. I absolutely love those 3 games back in the 16-bit Super Nintendo. Really good platforming games. I'm not a Star Wars fan at all, but I really like the way they did those games. I thought they worked fantastically and they looked and sounded beautiful. And I think if Nintendo worked their magic and revamped the games, not just upgrade the graphics, obviously do a lot to do new Super Mario Bros. Wii, or what they've done with Donkey Kong Country Returns, just completely revamp the game and, you know, take what was good and make it better and make it look absolutely stunning. I think that'd be really cool to see them do the trilogy again. Hopefully not make them as difficult, because God, those games were tough. I mean, especially the sequel, The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, were rock solid. Also, I mean, this isn't a remake, because it would be more of a reimagining. But I mean, like a lot of people, I want to see a new Star Fox, and I don't want another, like, was it Star Fox Adventures? I think that's what it's called, and Star Fox Assault, which are good games, but I don't want Fox getting out of his plane. You know, you need Star Fox to be Star Fox, like on the Super Nintendo. You just basically want to shmup. You want to fly around. You want fantastic graphics, really good story. You know, you want all your buddies around you, flying with you, and you want quality shooting. You don't need any more than that. You know, Star Fox was amazing. Star Fox 64 took it to another level, and then they just lost it around the GameCube. So I really would love Nintendo to sort it out and get a proper Wii Star Fox game. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but quite honestly, the way they've been going lately with New Super Mario Bros. Wii, they brought Kirby back, they brought Donkey Kong back, Mickey Mouse is back, so who knows, maybe they might actually have Star Fox in the works and they might announce it at E3 2011, or maybe I'm just fantasising and they aren't, or yeah, who knows, it might be there, they might have been giving it some thought and maybe they can't come up with a good enough idea yet, but you know, fingers crossed in the future we'll see a new Star Fox on Wii. Or if not on Wii, the next console that Nintendo release. Either way, just bring one out. I just want to play it. So I'm going to tag 3 people. And the first one I'm going to tag is going to be my good friend Coaster Crazy 10, CC10 Gaming. Awesome YouTuber from the States. Really good friend on YouTube. And fantastic channel. Next one is going to be the Jebs24. Awesome British female gamer. Really nice person. Love watching her videos. I love her energy, and I love her intros. Her intros are always really cool, and she's just really lovely. So definitely tag Gemma. And the last one is going to be DanW547. Really cool YouTuber. I've got a fantastic collection. Being an original Xbox fan like myself, he's got an amazing collection. I mean, I'm getting close to around about 150 Xbox games. He's got about nearly 300 or something. He's got just maybe even 400. I don't know. He's got ridiculous amount of Xbox titles. It's just phenomenal. He picks up loads of games for loads of different systems, and like myself, he likes to buy import games as well, which is always cool. It's nice to find a British guy that likes to import from America and Japan as well. I really enjoy that because a lot of people don't, and it's just nice to see. So yeah, 3 absolutely fantastic YouTubers. I will also put links to their channels in the description bar. So if you haven't seen any of the people that I've just mentioned, or Bluetonic who tagged me, and you're wondering what their channels are like, please go ahead, check out the description and check out their channels because they're absolutely fantastic, and I would highly recommend all 4 channels. So yeah, that's my tag response. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you for watching as always. And thank you to all my new subscribers as well. I've had quite a few lately, so thanks for coming along and hope you're enjoying what you see. And I'll see you all again soon.